AITAH for refusing to go to my brother's wedding because he's marrying my high school bully? So I have found out a few months ago that my older brother is engaged to someone I went to high school with. At first, I didn't recognize the name when he told me, but when I saw the engagement photos on his social media accounts, my stomach dropped. She used to bully me all throughout high school. Not just casual mean girl stuff either, honestly. She made my life hell. She mocked my weight, started rumors that I had an STD, and even once put a fake note in my locker saying a guy liked me when it was just a joke between her and her friends. I used to cry in the bathroom between classes. My self-esteem was wrecked for years. She just stopped messing me when I reported them to the school principal. My brother said that now she's apparently grown up. She has a marketing job, and when I stalked her, I saw posts about mental health and empowerment. My brother says she barely remembers me, that she wasn't like that anymore, and that I'm being petty for not moving on. He wants me to come to the wedding and be happy for him. I told him I won't go. I don't want to sit there smiling and pretending everything is fine while watching my brother marry someone who once actively made my life miserable. He's furious and says I'm ruining the biggest day of his life over teenage drama. My parents are staying out of it, and they don't want to force me going, which I really appreciate. AITAH for not wanting to go?
NTA, it might be a different story as she was apologizing and acknowledging the past harm. It sounds like she changed but never made any amends for the wake of hurt in her past. I hate the brush it under the rug, they're different now shit.
Totally agree with you. If she actually acknowledged the hurt she caused or made any attempt to make amends, maybe it'd be different. But it sounds like she's just skating by on the whole that was the past excuse. OP has every right to protect their peace.
Funnily enough, a few years back, one of my high school classmates apologized to me for bullying me in school. I told them not to worry about it because I didn't remember them bullying me. I told them if it made them feel better, I forgave them, but in my mind, they had nothing to be sorry for. We are Facebook friends now, but I don't think we've spoken in person in about 8 years. We just don't cross paths much. I wish them well.
If you don't recall it, it's because they didn't bully you to the extent it gave you lifelong scats on your soul. Trust me, you don't forget or get through the sort of bullying OP describes. You develop PTSD.
I agree. If she truly was a changed person, she'd feel horrible about how she treated OP and would reach out to apologize when she realized she was dating OP's brother. I do not buy that she doesn't remember OP unless she was bullying so many people that she couldn't keep track.
I think it is possible that her group of friends picked on a lot of girls they didn't really know. Anyone not them could have been a target. I also think it's possible they didn't think much about who they bullied. Why would they? They did not think their actions were that bad at the time. Just jokes. They probably forgot about them soon after the laughter stopped. Does this excuse them? No. I just think it's possible they are ignorant of how serious the impact they had on those around them at that time. Most, but not all, bullies are thinking about distracting themselves from their own problems and insecurities by making trouble for others. I don't think they are thinking about their victims much at all. As to if she's a changed person, I think she could have grown up and become better by leaving those issues behind and still have been ignorant of her past victims. I do. The key thing will be if she realizes what she's done and tries to make amends at that point or not.
Exactly. And I seriously doubt she barely remembers OP. She's probably too ashamed to admit her past behavior to her fiancé and the rest of the family. Playing ignorant only makes her look worse and like she hasn't changed at all. True change and mental empowerment would be her owning up to her past and sincerely apologizing. But don't let her drive you out of the family OP in terms of future get-togethers, holidays, etc. Definitely NTA for not going to the wedding. But make it clear to your brother that he doesn't get to minimize your pain and the real scars she left by calling it teen drama, and that you don't believe she doesn't remember you as she even got in trouble with the principal, and that as she's the one joining the family, it's up to her to make amends here. Otherwise, it's clear she hasn't grown at all.
NTA. So if someone barely remembers you, is that like an instant apology? And you know what? I would prefer a bully to remember because it at least means they can recognize the damage done and possibly grow from it.
Maybe she bullied so many she can't remember them all. But it's more like she's downplaying it and trying to avoid anything. She doesn't remember the girl that reported her to the principal that was the reason she supposedly turned her life around? That's such a disconnect. How the fuck does she know that if she barely remembers OP?
I was an asshole to a few people in high school. I'm 40 now, and there are days where I'll wake up or I'll just think about a person and feel an incredible amount of guilt. There's not much I can do except move forward and wish them well and hope they are doing better than I am. And for those that bullied me, it's a destructive cycle. It's kind of hard to see some of those people move on and have successful lives.
It is appropriate that you feel guilt about your past behavior, but it is certainly not true that there is not much you can do. You could carefully consider how to approach each individual and offer to make it right by some appropriate action on your part. Make the amends suitable for the harm caused. If the person doesn't want to hear from you, you can make the amends by volunteering at a food bank or something like that. If you are interested in doing this, consider getting some guidance in how to proceed by speaking with a counselor or a member of a clergy. This process would undoubtedly help you stop feeling guilty about the harms you caused. Those of us in a 12-step program have benefited greatly from following a path like this.
She has never apologized or taken any accountability. Instead, they hid from you until it was too late because they knew their relationship was problematic. An apology without changed behavior is meaningless. And you didn't even get an apology. You don't go. You don't support it. Your brother can spout nonsense all day long about how she has changed. But if her bad behavior towards you is taking up so little space in her brain, she isn't sorry for how she treated you. She is just sorry there are people out there who know how much of a monster she is. Pretending she can't remember is her excuse, so she doesn't have to do any of the hard work of making amends. Your brother is unreliable in noticing if she has changed because some girl is touching his privates, and he is thinking with his downstairs brain. It is astonishing the number of people are in, especially men, who are completely clueless and blind to how catty their partners are, and tend to brush it aside because they don't want to deal with drama. Many ignore the issue because it is easier to appease, and they know if they intervene, no more fun for them. Your brother wants you to go because he will look bad if you don't. Don't let him spin it. You tell people straight up he is engaged to your longtime unapologetic bully. You tell everyone exactly what she did and how she has zero accountability. Let your brother look like the monster he is for even going out with the person that tormented his sibling in the first place.
What a nightmare. Tell your brother, this is so messed up. Years ago, this kid had a big crush on me. He called me all the time, and he wouldn't leave me alone. He was 2 years younger, and I kind of laughed the whole thing off. But he persisted to the point that I had to tell him, in no uncertain terms, that I wasn't interested. He got really pissed at me. At the time I figured, hey, he's young, and has this huge crush and doesn't know how to take no for an answer. Life went on. One night, I spotted him waiting tables in my favorite restaurant. He was now 6 feet, 4'" and gorgeous. I laughed to my friend that he got the last laugh. That I shot him down in high school, and now he's hot. He waited on us at some point, on another occasion, and he was polite and nice. He didn't seem weird around me, and I figured, hey, that was high school, and who cares anymore, right? So another year goes by, and I find out he is dating my younger sister. Okay, that's cool. We were all out one night, and I mentioned about how he had that crush on me, and he looked at me coldly and said, I don't know what you're talking about. I figured he was embarrassed. I brought it up in front of my sister, but the way he looked at me was kind of scary. Fast forward another year. My sister tried to break up with him, and he stalked her. It got so bad that one night he climbed on her roof and was looking in her window. She actually had to move to get away from him. Moral to this story is some people don't change. I'd be wary of this woman inserting herself in your life.
Plot twist. I absolutely loathe my brother, and when he got married, my mom forced me to go. On the other side of the country, the strategy is to be in as many photos as possible. Introduce yourself to everyone you can, cut it up on the dance floor, make a speech. Literally infect every single memory with your essence, so that when it's over, you can look them both in the face and tell them to rot in hell and you fucking hate them. That way they will never be able to look at a picture of their wedding without being reminded. Anytime people talk about your wedding, you're going to be the person they talk about. Their day becomes your day. I did this to my brother, and it was very effective,